Today, I want to chat with you about some of the major shifts that can happen in the body with both short and long term bulimia nervosa. My name is Sheena, and I'm a registered dietitian specializing in the care of persons with eating disorders. And this channel is going to focus all on both the clinical and psychological aspects of eating disorders and eating disorder recovery. So, if you're into that type of thing, definitely hit the like and subscribe button. So, some of the first things that can change if you are a person that is experiencing bulimia are your electrolytes in your body. Some of the major changes that can come from electrolyte imbalances in the body can include our hydration status, edema, and even potentially cardiac arrest. So, electrolyte shifts are some of the first things that can happen if you are experiencing bulimia nervosa and engaging in self induced purging. Self induced purging, we also might experience symptoms such as GI bleeding and something called bulimia face. Bulimia face is when our cheeks appear chipmunk like, and that is as the result of both dry mouth, extremely dry mouth from our bulimia nervosa and that self induced purging, as well as swelling of the glands in our face, particularly the parotid gland, which is the largest of three glands in our face, which can cause that swelling in our cheeks and the chipmunk like appearance. If you are in recovery from an eating disorder, you might notice the swelling of the cheeks for a prolonged period of time, even after the cessation of the self induced vomiting has taken place. And that is just because that swelling in the glands in the cheeks needs to go down. We also might experience something called cathartic colon syndrome, which is the lack of the ability to move stool through the body in a normal functioning way. So, this can happen as the result of both self induced purging, malnutrition in general, where we're just not getting enough food into the body, and excessive diuretic use. We also might experience something called pancreatitis, which is the inflammation of the pancreas, which can result from both malnutrition and that self induced vomiting and laxative abuse. If you are somebody that is engaging in self induced vomiting, you might experience damage to the esophagus and throat. Damage to the esophagus and throat in the long term might ultimately lead to lasting acid reflux, GERD, something called Barrett's esophagus, or upper GI tract bleed. While some of these damages might be repairable, the longer we engage in that self induced vomiting, the less likely it is going to be that we are going to be able to repair all of the damage that might have been done while we are engaging in purging behavior. Long-term bulimia nervosa that includes the behavior of self-induced vomiting is likely going to cause dental erosion. This is the result of changes in the pH in the mouth, dry mouth, and those changes in the salivary production. The best way to reduce or eliminate some of these very real and serious clinical complications that can come about as the result of bulimia nervosa is getting a clinical treatment team on board as soon as possible to help mitigate some of these complications of bulimia nervosa. Create a eating disorder meal plan to help you renourish and reestablish our normal metabolism in the body and our normal organ function, as well as getting a PCP on board to help you manage some of those clinical symptoms such as edema, loss of bone mineral density, and malnutrition, which might include both pharmaceuticals and supplement use as you are engaging in your recovery journey. Found this video helpful? Please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing it with a friend.